Plaintiff Serena Garrett says the defendant is her cousin, and back in the 90s, she was a promiscuous dancer who had issues. Serena claims the defendant is now a gold digger, and Serena's suing her cousin for car damages. Defendant Tara Stevens says Serena acts like she has it together, but she was a drug addict, and Serena's drug use put a strain on their relationship. Tara does not believe she's responsible for the damage to the plaintiff's car.
Start with you.
This is my cousin Tara, and back in the 90s, she's been doing a lot of things like dancing and going out with different men, and she had issues with her kids, but she ended up getting herself together, and after a while, she ended up getting herself together, and she got her kids and stuff, and unfortunately, she turned into this big gold digger.
She's turned into a gold digger?
Mm-hmm. She likes to use people. You know, she likes
to get some background from you.
This is my cousin Serena. She's my first cousin. And basically, I don't want to sit here and slander her name, but she's had issues with drug usage while she's trying to slander my name. And she's been clean for 15 years, but still, the record remains she's been on drugs.
It sounds like you've been clean for 15 years from whatever you were doing, right?
No. I am not promiscuous, okay? No.
Well, in the 90s, that's what she says.
In the 90s, I was a young girl. I was never like that. Don't say that.
Girl.
All right.
Oh, wow. Anyways, I wasn't with a group of men, okay? I probably had maybe 4 that I could think of, okay, in my whole lifetime.
And, okay.
You know, and that's not many because I'm about to be 35.
No, that's close to being a virgin. Go ahead.
Pretty much, right.
How old are you again? 35?
I'll be 35
You've only had 4 men? Yeah.
Yes.
You may go to heaven. Go ahead.
I hope to be in that number, Judge Mathis. Anyways, we've always been kind of close growing up because like, my mother died back in 95, and her mom is my mom's sister. So I kind of lean towards them, you know, in the past for comfort, whatever. However, with her drug usage, we were close, but we kind of like fell off because, you know, I wasn't into that. And, you know, I really didn't know how to approach her in different ways.
You're a recovering addict?
Yes.
From what type of drug?
She's lying from crack cocaine.
Okay, and you say, obviously, you not being and wanting to be in that circle and not being in it caused you all to end your association as cousins?
Yes, we had some time frames where we wasn't speaking.
She stayed around me throughout the picture. You know you did. You know, we stayed upstairs from each other. And
now let me ask you a question. Why did you think it might have been the right thing to come in here and talk about her character and you were a crackhead? And all she did is twist around a little bit. So just folks who are watching, be careful about throwing these stones or throwing rocks. If you're messing around in that glass house. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's talk about the car repairs you're suing for.
Okay, the month of August, she was over my house spending the night. She came
August of
2013.
All right.
And so she came into my room and she asked me, can she use my car so that she can go pick up her check from her job? So it took me a minute. I hesitated for a second, and then she was like, "Oh, come on," and you know, she tried, you know, kind of push me to letting her use the car. So I ended up letting her use my vehicle. She said she'll be back. When she came back, my mirror was hanging off the car. It was all scraped up and everything. And she said someone had side-swapped it.
Did she agree to repair it?
Yes.
I'll let you tell me your side.
Well, like she said, I asked to use her car to go pick up my check. I stopped in Rite Aid before I went to go get my check. And I was in there about 5-6 minutes. And when I came out, my heart just hit the floor. I looked at this car, and she has a white Mercedes-Benz, so it looked like a glass of milk. At the bottom of it was some Oreo cookies, because it was like black streaks on the car. And right then and there, I planned my funeral. I knew who wanted to sing at the funeral, who was going to do the eulogy. Because I said, oh, Lord, this girl going to kill me if I come back with this car like that.
Pride and joy, huh?
Yes, it's her pride and joy. So now I forgot all about the check. I panic. There's nobody around. So I proceeded to go right back to her house to let her know what I didn't know. Give her the information of what I thought could have happened. Because I used my common sense and said somebody must have took the chance and pulled in the spot.
Did you ever agree or tell her that you would pay her for the repair?
Yes, I did agree to pay for it, even though I felt like it wasn't my fault. I agreed to pay.
Why don't you believe it was your fault?
Because it was parked and somebody sideswiped it.
Okay, let me explain what you did wrong.
Why?
Because you're right. If you were the victim of a third party's crime, then it isn't your fault and you're not liable unless you agree, as you did, to pay. So, what is your defense today?
Well, I did agree to pay it. I told her, she knew I was unemployed at the time, so I told her when I got some money, I was going to pay on the damages. However, right now I'm working, but it's like commission based, so she know I'm still broke. And she's acting like J.G. Wentworth. She want her money now, you know, and I'm like, come on, cuz I don't got the money right now. What you want me to do?
Did she tell you how long she would give you to pay for the repairs?
No, she didn't.
That was never discussed?
No,
you didn't
she
say,
never
I'll
gave
pay
me a
you.
date.
You didn't give the usual? You didn't say, I'll pay you when I get my income tax?
No, because this was in August and that's in, February, so I figured I had the money to do it.
People who say that typically aren't being honest with the person they owe. Let me hear from you. Did she give a time frame or did you give her a time frame?
Yes, she was working at the time. That's why I told you she went to go pick her check up from work. So she told me that she would give me...
Is that true? You were going to pick a check up from work?
I was working temporarily and I was picking up my last check.
Okay, all right.
So that's why I was going to pick up that check that day.
Did you give her time at all or not?
Yes, she told me that she would pay me $100 every week.
Okay.
For
Did you tell her that?
Yes.
Did you give her anything?
No.
Why?
Because I don't have it.
100, you had 100 that week. You had 100 when you cashed that check. Do you have the repair evidence?
Yes. I also have something to say. Can I get this to you? My daughter's a big fan of you. She wants to be a lawyer, and she asked me, can I give that to you?
All right. Dear Judge Mathis, I love you so much because you have my mom on the show to solve her case. Thank you. I thought she was going to tell me she loved me for some other reason.
See her picture, you see the picture of you and her.
That sure is. Hold on now. She calls me Dad. She got M and D. M and D.
Her name is Donna.
Mom and Dad.
No, her name is Donna, and her name is Donna, and I guess she put Mathis.
M is Mathis.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, Mathis and Donna. All right, tell Donna I thank her so much. Watch this episode. Thank you. Keep up the good work in school. All right, judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Now you got your money, okay?
Yes, I am.
And I will be over there on Friday, too. So
that's fine. I love you still.
Yeah, you cool. We can hang.
She know I love her. Like she said, she'll be back over. We're fine. Yeah.
Because I love her, too. We cool. We can hang.
I love her, too. Yeah.